Hello, beautiful people. How are you? I have missed you. I haven't been on Facebook Live in a really long time. And so I thought it would be time because I'm in a totally different place and I have lots of cool things going on and lots I want to share with you. So I am so excited to be here on Facebook and talk about 3 myths that I am busting today about meditation and why and how you should start your meditation practice today. So for those of you who don't know, I'm really into the spiritual world and I've really taken a deep dive into it. But one thing that have found really challenging was meditation and having a consistent meditation practice, because I don't really like to sit still. I don't really like to be doing nothing. And it would just be a really, really hard thing for me to have a consistent practice. And even though I would know that I would feel good and I would know that I should do it, I just kept getting stuck and not being able to really get past a few days here and a few days there. So I want to talk about the 3 of the myths. I think that there's so many. As I started thinking of 3, I thought of like a million more. So what happened for me was I actually started a Kundalini yoga training, and I'm actually almost done, which is really exciting, and I have lots of good news to share with you about that coming up. And I started this training, and as part of the training, you have to do a 40-day meditation for at least 11 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, 11 minutes? Like, that's so much. And that's like the bare minimum, right? And so I was like a little bit freaking out, but I picked this meditation that I had tried to do before for 40 days and couldn't do it. And I just sort of set my mind to it. And now that I did that, my whole meditation practice has completely changed. My life has changed. My outlook on life has changed. And I actually get excited to meditate. So I want to talk about the 3 of the things that used to keep me from meditating consistently and having a daily practice. So one of the things that I used to believe to be true about meditation was that you had to do it for like 15-20 minutes, which, as a lot of, like 15-20 minutes isn't a long time, but if you're not somebody who's accustomed to sitting in silence, 15 to 20 minutes could feel like 15 to 20 hours. Like, it can be really, really hard. And so it's important that if you're somebody who has a hard time sitting still, that you start slow and you just relax with it. And so if you can do 1 minute of stillness, that's amazing. And then you can build it up to 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes, and then 5 minutes. I remember when I was starting a meditation practice, once I got to 10 minutes, I thought I was like, amazing. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Meanwhile, you should also know that I have a husband who meditates for 45 minutes at least twice a day, which is crazy to me. And so I would always also feel bad, I know I should do it, but I can't do it. And so just start where you are. The only person you're meditating against or competing against with meditation, which that even just sounds silly, is yourself. So just relax and just set your timer for a minute if you're freaking out. And if a minute feels good, do another minute or do a minute and a half. Don't worry about or stress about how long you think you have to do it or how long you think you should do it to receive the benefits. Just start small. So that's myth number 1. All right. So myth number 2 is that you have to do it alone, right? Everybody talks about, this meditation time and it's a time for you to be by yourself. And all of those things are really good and true. And it is really, really important to learn how to be by yourself, for yourself, and doing only things for yourself. It's really, really important. And I'm not going to negate that at all. But meditation can be so, 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 so powerful in a group. And in my Kundalini yoga teacher training, I really learned this because, as I was saying before, I never really meditated for longer than like 10, 11 minutes by myself, maybe 15 at most, but that would be like a lot for me. So I never really did it more than, 15 minutes would have been a lot. And then 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, at our yoga teacher training, our teacher made us meditate for 2.5 hours. And I was like, oh my God, that's like a million 10 to 15 minutes. Like, that's so much, and it's so hard. Like, I have no idea like how I'm gonna do it. And somehow, and what happened was, how we did it was, there were 5 students, and each student would take, or there's like 12 of us, but 5 of the students would do like 31 intervals of leading the meditation. So I actually, just to sort of force myself to make sure I stayed awake and I stayed engaged, I actually volunteered to be one of the 31 people leading the whole group in a meditation. Meanwhile, like I said, I never meditated for more than like 11 minutes before that. And it was incredible. It was like the most amazing experience I've ever had, probably my whole life, because it would have been something that I never would have done on my own, but I did it because I was sort of forced to, and it felt amazing. So, and the reason why I think that I was able to meditate for 2.5 hours is because I was in a group. And so sometimes having a group to be able to support you in achieving your meditation goals can be like really cool and really special. And then you think about how each person in the group is bringing their own unique experience, and it's all coming together in this beautiful, loving, compassionate energy, and it's all good stuff, and you're all, meditating for this incredible, experience and of joy and love and abundance and peace. You can really shift the energy of the world when you do it in a group. So don't be shy to, if you don't want to do it alone, you can look on meetup.com and you can find meditation groups maybe close to you, or you can stay tuned to what I'm going to be talking about. I have really big news of this week, so that you may not have to meditate alone. So get excited. And then, hey Kiara, what's up, girl? And then, so the third myth that I am busting today about meditation is that you have to be absolutely quiet and absolutely still. So, I was never really officially diagnosed, but I am fairly certain I have ADD. I get a little, restless. I'm like very easily distracted. I have a hard time completing tasks. And so like sitting down in meditation was just like, real, and being quiet, being still, and just having my thoughts go a mile a minute was just like, whoa. It was like a little bit overwhelming. And so the thing that I love about Kundalini meditation is that there are some meditations where you are, supposed to be very, very still and very quiet. But, what I love about it is that there's so many different ones for specific reasons. So there can be meditation for a calm heart. There can be meditation for prosperity. There's a meditation for healing childhood, releasing childhood anger. There's meditation for healing addictions. There's literally like thousands of them. I couldn't possibly name all of them in one Facebook Live, and I don't know even probably like a tenth of them. But my point is that in the Kundalini meditations, you have the ability, a lot of them have maybe like different hand movements, or you say different mantras, or you have a certain visualization, or you have a different breath pattern. So when you're doing these meditations, they're actually a little bit more active than just like sitting here like this. And so it can be really cool and really good if you're somebody like me that has had a really hard time meditating, but then you're doing something with your fingers, or you're doing something with your breathing. And so when you sort of get lost in your thoughts, or like you kind of get off track, you can go back to actually doing something versus just sitting there and feeling kind of stuck and like, you know, you're going to get in trouble or the meditation police are going to come and get you because you're not meditating good, whatever that means. You know, we all have those sort of weird things. So I would love to know your questions about meditation. I would love to know if you have a practice, if you don't have a practice, if you want to practice. You know, what are some things that you are looking for when it comes to meditation, and how are some ways that I can help you? So, you know, so I did this, as I was telling you guys earlier, I did this 40-day meditation. It was a meditation for prosperity, and it was just like amazing, and maybe I'll teach it to you guys at some point, but it was amazing. And I mean, I saw my bank account go up. I was just like much more like in the flow of life, and I don't know, and it was really good. And then I did this 2.5-hour meditation, and I swear that in that 2.5-hour meditation, which I know is like kind of a crazy thing, like the average person is not going to sit there and meditate for 2.5 hours every day. Like, I'm certainly not. I have a lot going on. Like, that would feel really overwhelming and like a burden to me, at least in this moment, to do it every day. But in that meditation, like something in my body like completely changed in my bones. And I knew in that moment that I am going to meditate every single day. It may be for 11 minutes, maybe for 31 minutes, it may be for 2.5 hours. I hope one day I can do it again, although it might be hard to do on my own, as I mentioned before. But my intention is to meditate every day because I really saw and felt the benefit in my whole being and my whole body. And I've been doing that particular meditation that we did for 2.5 hours, and my life and my energy and how I feel about my life and the flow of my life and seeing angel numbers everywhere has just been beyond incredible. So I would love to be a support and for you to start your own meditation practice, especially if you feel like you're a bad or inconsistent meditator, because I've been there. And I feel like I can help you, possibly, pick a meditation that might be useful for you and your own life experience. I'd love to talk about this stuff. So please don't hesitate to contact me. Let me know. I would love to support you and guide you and answer any questions you may have. I have big news coming, so don't forget to put a little reminder to watch me live. I think you can subscribe to watch live or something like that. And I will see you soon. So I'll be talking a lot about meditation because that's part of the surprise. So come on back when I am back, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.